Hello beautiful people, how's it going? I'm back with another video, and I have had something that I needed to get off my chest for a while now, and it's about movies, so I thought I should speak about it on my channel. To give you a bit of context, I have not always been the biggest fan of movie critics. Not because I think that their job isn't necessary, I review movies. You could say I am an aspiring critic, and so this isn't a rant on movie critics in general, but it is a rant on how critique is done in this modern day and age, which I feel just does not work for the medium that it should work on. To give you a little context of when I decided to do this video, I went to a press screening for the movie If, directed by John Krasinski, and it's a lovely film, and I'll speak about it a little later on in this video, but I was really emotionally tugged by this film. I feel that this film was made for people like me who are, in the between stages between being, a child and being a fully grown adult, and kind of finding your place in the world while, remaining a child and holding on to your childhood as much as possible before you take that big leap. And I thought that the movie was really, really wonderful. And the kids in my theater in this press screening were having a great time. I don't know who their parents were. I wish some of the parents were a bit more strict with what their kids could and couldn't do in the theater, because there was one kid just constantly running up and down and it was agonizing to me. But nevertheless, they really enjoyed the film, and I really enjoyed the film, and I spent a lot of time just bawling my eyes out in the theater. Now I got out of the movie and I noticed that the review embargo had lifted for the film. 58% on Rotten Tomatoes, and I decided, you know what, okay, here we go again. I took a look at all the reviews and they were severely negative, saying things like, oh, this movie doesn't know who it's catered towards, I don't know if kids would like it. Keep in mind, this is coming from fully grown adults trying to tell whether kids would like this or not without actually having kids with them, I'm assuming, because all of the kids in my theater liked it. And so it got me thinking, why are kids' movies, like for example the Super Mario Bros. Movie last year, being reviewed by adults on Rotten Tomatoes? Now listen, I know I'm an idealist. I know that, not everything can be a Martin Scorsese film, right? You don't need to kill flowers or moons. But why? This is a genuine question. Why do movie reviews for these kinds of films matter if they're directed towards children? Especially movies that aren't directed towards you. I'll give you an example. I have never been a fan of silent films. So I will never review a movie or direct it that is silent. You know what I mean? I know what I like and what I don't like. I would never go see a movie that I know I would have no interest in and it wouldn't cater to me at all, and I probably wouldn't have anything positive to say about it. I find that very strange, and I'm sorry if I'm a bit, off the wall. It's just I'm trying to navigate this conversation while being as respectful as possible. But it really does irk my brain, because a movie like If deserves to be seen. That's firstly something I would like to say. A movie like If deserves to be seen because it's wonderful. Kaylee Fleming, the girl in the film, does an amazing job. John Krasinski as a director is wonderful. I loved his work in A Quiet Place, and now his directing here is just a totally different asset, and it's just wonderful to behold. Ryan Reynolds is perfect as always. He is amazing in that film. And just everything about it is really wonderful. I love the message it has about wanting to grow up, but, holding on to your childhood, and how you always need to have someone in your corner, and how the film deals, with introducing kids to the idea of grief and loss without going into spoilers. Really great stuff. Parents are probably going to see these reviews and think, my child won't enjoy this. What's the point in taking them? The movie's going to tank. When all of these reviewers on Rotten Tomatoes, these acclaimed critics, their favorite movies are probably Citizen Kane and The Godfather. I love The Godfather, don't get me wrong. I reacted to it on my channel. I love it. But I do believe that, there is a certain audience for every kind of medium in film. And so when you have one critic who's supposed to review everything and be totally unbiased, it doesn't work. I mean, take me, for example. I'm a person who loves fantasy, so I will 99% enjoy a fantasy film more than, a war drama, unless it's got Tom Hanks in it, because he's great in everything he's in. It's a slippery slope. I'm not saying that these critics shouldn't review these films, but I do think their critiques should be taken with a grain of salt, because I don't think a film like that was necessarily made for them. Opinions are opinions, and I guess you could argue that, hey, if the general consensus is a 58%, then it's probably not a good film. To which I say, I don't think the film was made for those reviewers. If you guys want to see a really fun movie that's very loving, go check out If. It's a really, really wonderful time. I was bawling my eyes out watching that film. Let me know in the comments down below what your thoughts are on all of this. I just don't know if, critics are supposed to, I don't know. Maybe that's just me. I don't know. I love you all so much, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye, guys.